This video is sponsored by nothing.
Qingque is a quantum erudition whose gameplay is inspired by a tile-based game originated in China 300 years ago, Mahjong. She's specialized in AoE attacks, but can also be used in single-target scenarios. Just like Mahjong, her gameplay revolves around forming a suit, which is described as 4 tiles of the same type. And only when she has a suit will she fully function as an AoE DPS. During the beta, she received a lot of hate because her gameplay is RNG reliant. I understand the sentiment, but as someone who doesn't use Sealy and literally has no other option to counter quantum weakness, I think she's fine if you know what you're doing. So in this video, let me show you how I use her. Her basic attack normally deals single target damage. However, when Qingque has a suit, it enters an enhanced mode. During the enhanced mode, the attack turns into a splash. It attacks an enemy and those around it. There are 4 ways to form a suit. First, using skill. Qingque's skill doesn't do damage. Every time she uses her skill, she draws 2 random tiles and increases her damage by X%, which can be stacked up to 4 times until the end of this turn. So the more she uses her skill, the higher her damage will be. Sounds good, right? Well, here's the catch. Every usage consumes 1 skill point and it doesn't fill her meter. The second way is through technique. When Qingque uses her technique before initiating a battle, she will start with 2 tiles. Without technique, 0 tiles at the beginning of the battle. The third way is through passive skill. Every time her ally's turn starts, Qingque randomly draws 1 tile. And the fourth way is ultimate skill. When she uses her ultimate, Qingque will automatically form a suit in her next turn. From this information, I think of one safe way to put Qingque in a team without hurting me too much. 1. Always use her technique. Literally, there's no reason not to. 1 extra tile is very helpful for your opening. And Hoyoverse put that purple thing to refill your technique everywhere. 2. It's best if she's slow, maybe the 3rd or 4th in terms of speed. The reason is to exploit her passive. So let's say you use her technique. She'll start with 2 tiles. If she's the fastest character, her turn 1 is 99% wasted. She doesn't have 4 tiles yet, let alone form a suit. In this situation, if you want her to act immediately, you must use her skill and hope for good luck. Otherwise, you're forced to use her normal basic attack and wait for her next turn. However, if she's the 3rd or 4th character to act, she'll draw 2 or 3 tiles when the other guys do their turn. And when it's her turn, she already has 4 tiles. If these 4 tiles haven't formed a suit yet, you could use her skill to switch the tile that isn't of the same type. Remember, it's still RNG, so know when to stop. But compared to making Qingque the fastest character, this one is much safer. One of her traces also helps us in this battle against RNG. Tile battle. For 1 time per battle, when we use her skill, it will restore 1 skill point. How should you build your Qingque? Is it the traditional crit build or break effect build? It's up to you. Both works. But which one is better? I'll leave it to other guide makers to cover it. I personally don't really care. If it gets the job done, it gets the job done. That's what matters. But my Qingque uses break effect build because it's easier to build at this stage of the game. Do keep in mind, both builds have a completely different mindset and game plan. For example, using break effect build, you have to make sure that she's the one who breaks the enemy's shield. The problem is, she's slow at it. Due to how her kit works, if she's the only counter character, it will take forever to do it. That's why using this build, you need to bring another counter DPS who's faster at reducing the enemy's shield gauge and then leave the breaking part to Qingque. On the other hand, using the traditional crit build, disclaimer, I haven't tested it yet, so this is only in my head. I imagine if the team consists of Qingque plus 3 supports, she can go ham every turn. The supports spam basic attack to generate skill points, then Qingque uses all of them to buff herself. If she ends up with a suit, good. If not, so be it. I think that's 2 possible ways to form a team for her. Relic options. Which relic set should she use? Ideally, the Quantum set. You can also mix it with Musketeer or Thief set. As for the planner ornaments, this one works. This also works. This works too. You can use this one as well. Relic and planar ornament selection are flexible, but more importantly, the rope. I think if she uses crit build, she needs energy recharge rope the most because her meter is kind of bad. So that's how I use Qingque. Hopefully it helps those who want to use her more frequently. She's fine. You just need to be a little bit smarter at making decisions. Even if you make a mistake, you can always restart the battle, so don't worry too much about it. I'm Lily Aquina. See you next time.